And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
To the touchdown loop, back out to kick this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
So wet it down. Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now. On what I
love. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's out just shy of the 40. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Cheatham, the ball comes out. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught along the sideline by Freiermuth. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
319, 26.
Now Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
They're going to line up to go for this on fourth down. Rodgers stays on the field.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Yes, 300. Yes,
And the Steelers first down.
Here's Rodgers. Here's Freiermuth again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
That's another Steelers first down.
Rodgers again now.
That's to his running back, Gainwell. Now second and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 15-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
For Adam Thielen.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
319. 319.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
And that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Adam Thielen. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers take the chance on fourth and goal, and it pays off with 6. Oswell good with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
Ravens 25.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
180. Sit up. 180. Finish it up. Sit up.
Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We couldn't ask for much more at this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
319. And again, it's Rodgers. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
All my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, we running down. Yeah, the minute the sun is up. There's no rest to my shutting down. Whenever I get your money up, believe what I got, put money down. I'm betting the odds.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They hold them to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
Jackson from the shotgun.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
A check down here for Henry.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Somebody
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, it's Rodgers.
Man, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Throwing now is Rodgers.
That's caught right side. It's Warren.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Boswell's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. He's on his way.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Warren will try the right side.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
58. Back north. Hey, take 26. Inside.
Rodgers going to throw.
Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. Rodgers will throw for it.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Here's first down.
Jackson now.
Now he's going to step up and run.
Open man, that's Henry. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
180. Come on. 180. Raise it up. Go ahead.
To throw is Jackson. And Walker has it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. First and 10 here.
Now Jackson.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
Past the 20.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Here's Jackson.
It's caught.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's another.
Jackson.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Jackson going to keep it.
And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense, because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Green 18. Get 300. Get 300. 150.
Rodgers throwing here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
58. Over here.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense...
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
They toss it to Warren.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Flip again.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Rodgers looking to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
9 on the play.
Draymond Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.